He never imagined that a simple act of trust would turn into the most humiliating moment of his life. Ethan Parker, 26, had always been the responsible one in his family. He worked long hours in IT, paid his own rent and valued privacy more than anything. After years of sharing rooms with siblings growing up, moving into his own one-bedroom apartment in Denver, Colorado felt like freedom. 3 months earlier, he made a decision that would come back to haunt him. He gave his younger brother, Tyler, a spare key. Only for emergencies, Ethan had said. Tyler was 21, charming, reckless, and always in trouble. He'd locked himself out of his dorm twice last year, and once even slept in his car. Ethan didn't completely trust him, but he convinced himself it was the mature thing to do. For weeks, everything was normal, until one Friday afternoon. Ethan's shift ended early because of a system outage. He didn't text anyone. He didn't call ahead. All he wanted was to go home, take a long shower, and crash. He took the elevator to the 4th floor, unlocked the main door, and froze. His jacket was on the coat rack, but another jacket was thrown on the floor beneath it. A pair of white sneakers he didn't recognize sat by the entrance, sloppy and unlaced. The apartment smelled different, like perfume, strong, sweet, not his girlfriend's. He quietly shut the door behind him. At first, he thought maybe Tyler had just dropped by. Maybe with a friend. Maybe they were watching TV, but the living room was empty. And then he heard it, a soft laugh. A woman's voice, muffled. Coming from his bedroom, his heartbeat pounded in his ears. His jaw clenched. He moved slowly down the hallway, every step heavier than the last. The bedroom door was half shut. He heard whispering. Then the sound of bedsheets shifting. A man's voice. Then another laugh. Ethan's veins burned. He didn't knock, he didn't call out. He slammed the door open so hard it hit the wall. What he saw made his hands curl into fists. Tyler, shirt off. On Ethan's bed, and with him, a girl, maybe 19 or 20, hair messy, lip gloss smudged, clutching the blanket to her chest with wide eyes. For a full 3 seconds, nobody breathed. Then Tyler whispered, as if nothing was wrong, "Bro, what are you doing here?" Ethan's voice was low, dangerous, almost shaking. "What the hell are you doing in my bed?" The girl scrambled to grab her clothes from the floor. Tyler ran a hand through his hair, trying to act calm. "It's not a big deal, man. You weren't home. Ethan cut him off and pointed at the floor. "Get out." Tyler blinked. "Come on, seriously. I said get out." His voice cracked through the room like a slap. The girl rushed past him first, clutching her phone and shoes. Tyler followed slowly, still buttoning his jeans like he had all the time in the world. Ethan stood in the hallway, fists shaking, breathing hard. His own bed, his own sheets, his own home, and his trust violated. This was no emergency. This was trespassing. Tyler didn't move fast enough for Ethan's liking. He walked out of the bedroom like he owned the place, like nothing serious had happened. The girl stood awkwardly near the front door, stuffing her feet into her sneakers without socks. She didn't look at Ethan once. Ethan pointed at the exit. "Both of you, out now." Tyler frowned, annoyed rather than ashamed. "Dude, stop acting like I broke in. You gave me the key." Ethan stepped closer. His voice was controlled but sharp. "I gave you that key for emergencies, not so you could sneak into my apartment and hook up in my bed. Are you out of your mind?" Tyler scoffed. "It's not that serious. I knew you wouldn't be back until 6. You always text before you come." Ethan's eyes darkened. "You timed it?" Tyler shrugged like it was normal. "I figured you'd be gone. Chill out." The girl tugged his arm gently, whispering, "Can we just leave? This is weird." Tyler grabbed his hoodie from the hallway chair and turned back to Ethan with irritation in his voice. "You're making it a bigger thing than it is. It's not like I trashed the place." Ethan stepped between him and the living room. "You used my home without permission. You used my bed. Do you even understand what kind of boundary you crossed?" Tyler narrowed his eyes. "We're brothers. Stop talking like I'm some stranger." Ethan's response was ice cold. "Right now, you are." For once, Tyler was silent. The girl mumbled a quick sorry under her breath and slipped out the front door. Tyler followed, pausing just long enough to roll his eyes. "You're overreacting, man. Text me when you calm down." Ethan didn't respond. He slammed the door shut behind them and locked it. Then he walked back down the hallway toward his bedroom and stopped in the doorway. The sheets were still messy, pillows thrown to the side. A long dark hair lay on his blanket. He just stood there. Humiliation burned in his chest. Disgust twisted his stomach. It was his sanctuary, the one place nobody was supposed to violate, and his own brother had treated it like a cheap motel. Ethan turned away, grabbed the spare key Tyler used to have, the one he kept on the dish by the entry, and clenched it in his fist. That key would never leave his possession again, but the real problem was still ahead, because Tyler wasn't going to keep quiet, and neither were their parents. Ethan didn't sleep that night. Even after changing the sheets and opening every window to air out the room, the anger sat in his chest like a weight. The betrayal wasn't just about the bed. It was the entitlement, the confidence, the assumption that he wouldn't mind. He kept replaying Tyler's words. "You gave me the key. Stop overreacting. We're brothers." By morning, Ethan had already decided he would never give that key back. But Tyler wasn't done. At 10 a.m., Ethan's phone rang. Mom. He didn't want to pick up, but he knew ignoring her would only make it worse. He answered with a quiet, "Hey." Her voice came sharp and emotional. "What did you say to your brother?" "He came home upset and said you humiliated him and some girl last night." Ethan closed his eyes. He expected this. "Did he also tell you he was in my bedroom? With a girl on my bed? Using the key I gave him only for emergencies?" There was silence. Then his mother's shocked reply, "That's not appropriate, but throwing him out like that? You could have handled it better." Ethan clenched his jaw. "He trespassed. I never gave him permission to enter when I wasn't home." His mother sighed heavily, switching to guilt mode. "He's your younger brother. Family should come before pride. You embarrassed him. You should apologize for shouting." Ethan almost laughed. "Apologize? For walking into my own apartment and finding him nearly naked with a stranger? Are you serious?" Her tone hardened. "You know how he is, immature, impulsive. You're the older one. Show some patience." That was the moment Ethan realized they didn't get it, and maybe never would. "I'm not discussing this anymore," he said, and ended the call. A knock rattled his door. Ethan didn't ask who it was, he already knew. Tyler stood there, hands in his pockets, looking annoyed, not ashamed. He didn't even wait to be invited in. He stepped forward. Ethan blocked him. "You're not coming inside," Tyler frowned. "Seriously? You're still mad?" "It's been a day," Ethan stared at him. "One day doesn't erase disrespect." Tyler scoffed. "You're blowing this up like I committed a crime. You used my place without permission. You brought a stranger into my bed, and you didn't even think it was wrong." Tyler rolled his eyes. "Dude, everyone hooks up. It's not like I broke anything." Ethan spoke calmly. "You broke trust." For the first time, Tyler went quiet. Then he held out his hand, almost casually. "So, can I get the key back? I might need it." Ethan stepped back and shut the door in his face. He didn't yell. He didn't explain. He didn't argue. The metallic click of the lock said everything. Tyler stood outside for a few seconds, stunned. Then he kicked the door once and muttered, "You're unbelievable," before leaving. The silent shift over the next week. His mother sent long texts about forgiveness and family unity. His father stayed, quiet but hinted Ethan had overreacted. Tyler posted online about people who think they're better than their own blood. The girl he saw that night never contacted anyone again. Ethan didn't respond to any of it. He focused on work. He cleaned. He replaced his bed sheets and threw out the old ones. He started locking his bedroom door when leaving, just in case. He didn't hate his brother, but he finally understood something important. Love doesn't cancel boundaries. Blood doesn't excuse disrespect, and trust, once broken, doesn't get handed back. Not every betrayal involves stealing money or spreading lies. Sometimes it's the people closest to you, the ones you assumed would never cross the line, who walk straight over it without hesitation. Ethan didn't kick Tyler out of his life. He simply closed the door he never should have left open. Never apologize for protecting your space. Family is not an all-access pass to your life. Boundaries don't ruin relationships. They reveal who respects you. If someone minimizes your pain, they were never paying attention. Ethan didn't lose a brother that day. He just stopped pretending one existed every time it was convenient. And sometimes that's not cruelty, it's survival.